Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back, and this is me, your host, Ebon, and this is another exciting episode, hopefully, of Toys in My Closet. And like always, it's always nice for you guys to stop by and give me love and show me support. I try to do as much as I can at a pace that I can keep up with, because I have a lot of things going on in my life right now with myself, with some ailments, and even with my wife. So, shout outs to her. I love her very much. But either way, life goes on. So you try to make the best of it and smile and just try to enjoy the best that you can. Today we're gonna do a nice special little review, unboxing, and outlook on a very special piece. Big shout outs to Rob Ferguson and the coalition over there at Microsoft for Gears of War going gold. Really nice that they were able to, accomplish that. Congratulations to them and shout outs to them. Also, the fact that they announced a really nice custom console and custom hard drive on Gamestop for 5 terabytes, a really nice one that's portable for about 150, which I think is a great buy with the Gears of War theme. But like you guys know, since I'm a video game channel as well as a pop culture channel, and I do movies, and I try to do toys, especially if they're video game related, I had to do this one. So today we're going to take a quick look at none other than the GameStop exclusive Gears of War Marcus Phoenix with his vintage, it says there, as you can see, vintage armor from Storm Collectibles. And Storm Collectibles is still a fairly new company in their infancy, but since they came out and the products they have brought out so far, they're top notch, second to none, really good quality. So I'm very excited. To see what this GameStop exclusive Marcus has to offer. It says vintage armor because I believe this is the armor that he had from the original Gears of War trilogies, but it's aged, it's weathered, it's rusted from all the years of combat and battle. The same thing like the weapons. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do a quick pause and transition, and what I'll do is I'll meet you guys in a better location where we'll take a closer look at the box and packaging, and then take a closer look of the figure out of packaging. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I hope you enjoy this, and let's get to it. See you in a few. Okay guys, we're back, and like I was telling you before in the introduction, I have a little special one here today because it's a figure based on a existing video game property that is really big, really popular, and quite frankly an amazing series. As you see, or as you saw when I pointed out, that this is the Marcus Phoenix Gears 5 vintage armor 7-inch scale, I believe, action figure from Storm Collectibles. He might be 8, and it's also the GameStop exclusive. Now, one little bit of information and detail that I forgot to mention is that this is a higher premium quality action figure line. It's not cheap by all means, but it also comes with the territory because the figure is obviously of a very higher quality and standard, from the paint applications to how much accessories, from the materials used and the articulation, and obviously the sculpting and things of that nature. So just to let you guys know, you can get this through GameStop. I believe you can still have them order it through their warehouse unless you already pre-ordered it. And it is a $74.99 piece. It is an $80 piece when it's all said and done with the tax. But again, if you shop regularly like myself at GameStop, the good thing is you accumulate a lot of reward points. Kind of like the Microsoft reward points when you surfed on Bing. And because of these points and me shopping there frequently and my boys for games and things of that nature, you end up adding up and piling up a lot of loot through them that turns and converts into money coupons. So it's able to help you out. So in reality, I only paid $28 for the figure because of the fact that I had about 50 something, maybe $60 already available through the coupons and the reward build-up points. So here's the packaging. Let's get right into it. And you can't really see well because one, the reflection of the lights because it's daytime, and the translucency is a window, open window, bubble window display. But he also has a lot of wrapping of plastic inside, like he shrink wrapped, I guess to preserve the figure from getting stiff and keeping it fresh on packaging for people that like to have their collections mint on card. I am not a mint on card collector, so I pretty much open whatever I get. And here's a wonderful pic here of Marcus using the aged armor. As you can see, this had to be somewhere in Gears 5 when they first went to him, his son JD, and I did realize and I missed it. Here it says Gears 5 here, a GameStop sticker here in the corner, Marcus Phoenix, vintage armor, Storm Collectible in the corner. On the top, Gears 5, as you see there, and a nice label that's nice and shiny. You turn into this side, you have Gears of War on the front, on the top, and I think that he put 5 here is because this is to indicate that this vintage armor is from what he used in Gears of War 1. Here's another pic of Marcus in his polygon form, obviously, and we'll zoom it in. Looks really nice. And then on the other side, a very nice superimposed close-up shot of him, kind of like when they do in the game when they're doing the cinematics, or even with most PlayStation games. And it says Gears of War with the style and font of Gears of War 1. Then you turn it around, same thing, font from Gears of War 1, the new font from Gears 5. Then you come up here and it shows you a nice promotional shot of Marcus in a black background, and you see this is what it looks like. And it says a little bio that reads as so: the legendary soldier who ended the Locust War, Marcus Phoenix, is a gear like no other. And it says, disillusioned with the new cog, the only thing greater than his bravery is battle. The only thing greater than his bravery is in battle is his loyalty to his family and friends. Now I'm having a hard time reading it because I don't have glasses on, which I do use to read, and that's why I'm having problems. So forgive me for that. There you go, Storm Collectible in the corner, their website, some other manufacturers and legalese stuff here, and then over here it shows you the feud of accessories. Let me see if I can turn on the light. You can see it a little better. He's got a aged head with no bandana, an aged head with the bandana, and the bandana with the normal head when he was younger. And then, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He brings 8 hands altogether, which are a form of 4 sets of hands to give them display options to use and wield with these different lancers and weapons. Custom Lancer, the Lancer MK number 2, the sub pistol magnetic form, the Nasher. He brings a frag grenade, a demonic, Dominic Santiago's Commander Knife, and then over 30 points of articulation, and then they show him there more promotional shots of him that look very nice. Xbox Studios, the Coalition, shout outs to them. And gearsofwar.com. Then in the bottom, it just has a bunch of legalese and things that have to be stamped for, obviously, legal reasons. And here is the SKU number for anybody that wants to go to GameStop and look it up. So, quick pause. We're going to take him out of packaging and then take a closer look at him, the figure. Okay, boys and girls, we are back. And, you know, adults also, whoever comes and join me. So now we have him out of packaging. And as you can see here, he has a slew or a plethora of accessories. So it's kind of overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is we'll take a closer look at the figure himself, which is Marcus Phoenix. So I'll grab him here and I'll bring him up close. And the first thing you're going to notice as you pick up the figure is the quality of the figure. Storm Collectibles does Mortal Kombat figures right now. They're doing a lot of video game centric stuff. They're doing Gears now. They're doing World Heroes, King of Fighters, and now they're also going to do, which I'm very excited for, the upcoming Golden Axe from the original Golden Axe game. Axe Battler with one of the Red Dragons. You can see right off the back as well too. Let me see if I turn off the light. Oh no, it's kind of, oh, that's not too bad. You see there that the level of detail in the sculpting is pretty spectacular. On the beard, with the nice washes and highlights of white, showing that he's aged. The scar on his face almost looks like a 3D print. And then you can see that it's deep within his skin. His eyes, his eyebrows painted really nice and clean. Same thing like his bandana and the crest right there. Right in the front. That's number one. Then you see that the details continue all around. You see the Gears logo crest in the chest. It protrudes out like it does over the armor in the game, which makes it look almost like a 3D effect. All these little details in the armor. With the blues, which look teal actually. It looks like a greenish teal on the pads. And these are soft goods, and they're made that they're pliable so you can move. So when you pose the figure, it doesn't impose with the posability. The arms, you can see these wrist bracelets. They're separate pieces. They're also done very well. The details in the plates on his gloves. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. I'm sorry. I think it's the there we go. Sorry about that. The plates on his gloves, but he does have close-fisted arms. Same thing on this side. As you can see, there's highlights of washes of black on top of his clothing. There's the pads on his elbows, on his biceps, those pads, like really well done. Then on his abdomen here, his stomach area, the underneath plate of his stomach, the belt which is also a separate piece, by the way. Details, pouches, more pouches colored with the straps in black with the silver buckles. Like, the details are incredible. Here's the back of the armor. As you can see, it's a nice silver, and you can see the browning of, like, what's supposed to be the rustiness of the copper through the years with weathering. The details in the pants, showing their material with these pouches in there that are stitched on like this. Same thing here. Nice. It almost looks like chainmail, but it's not chainmail, but this is what it looks like. The pattern. This piece right here is, I want to say it's a separate piece. I think it is a separate piece, but it was glued on to stay on his thigh with the nice metal pouch there. In the buttocks area, you see nice details of the back pockets. Even has a line crease to give the form of the buttocks. This is the back end of the boots. You turn it around. The boots have that nice brown leathery look with metal straps and plates on them. These are the knee guards, which also are separate pieces, and they're painted very well, as you can see there. The paint job is second to none on these. These so far got to be the best interpretation of Gears figures in the market of action figures. I mean, Play Arts Kai did one, but I never picked it up. I wanted to pick it up just out of curiosity to see, but it was only one figure, which was Marcus. This line right here is probably seen to go in a little deeper with other characters, because as you guys know, on my channel, I have done the little collection showcasing of the Gears figures that I have from NECA that are kind of older, but still really hold up well. The metals from the bucket belt, you know, the brackets that hold the shoelace on the belt, on the boot, the shoelaces themselves, and then the boot cut, it has some browns in there, shoelaces, and as you can see, it has a tip hinge for the toe. It feels really weighty. It has a really nice weight. It's almost weighty and hollow put together. I don't know how to really describe it, but again, you can see real quick one more time. Here's the boot has the definition where you can see sorry, I'm trying to, you can see that this is supposed to be leather, and then this is like a black area. I don't know if it's material or leather, but the same thing. And then the heels have the brown, you know, the brown tip, metal tip at that. Oh my god, I'm trying to get it to focus, but it doesn't want to do it. Oh, sorry. So these are also separate pieces, as you can see. It moved. So again, the level of quality you're getting here is tremendous. Even the head sculpts, really nice. So as far as articulation goes, these guys are the real deal. The head goes left, right, it goes forward that much with a nice stiff, strong stiff joints, but not overly stiff that you feel it's going to break. And it goes back that much, which is being hindered by this part here, I believe. Nice neck and thickness, doesn't feel like a lollipop. Then you have tilt that way and a tilt that way, and then this neck piece And the inside feels like it's on a separate ball joint on the inside there. It looks like you can move it as well. Then as for the area here in the torso and stomach area, he has that torso articulation to give you all the range of movements. Circular, he can bend that much or tilt that much that way. He can tilt this much that way. Then he can crunch forward that much, actually a lot. Then he can hyperextend backwards pretty much a lot as well. Especially for a man with a heavy-duty suit armor. There's no real cappage looking there. And then he has a waist swivel, which is also a nice addition and separate. And usually when you get a waist swivel, with this, right? When you get a waist swivel, you don't get, if you get rather a abdominal pit, what you call it, articulation. You usually won't get a waist swivel, but he has both because Storm Collectibles always goes the extra mile. Now, as far as the arms go, his arms go up this much and they hyperextend up that much. Then he has a full 360-degree rotation. This is, again, soft goods. It's connected to this part of the armor, so it doesn't cause hindering. Then you have a swivel on the bicep, and then in the elbow, you have a double that moves very nicely, and that's hidden by the elbow pad. And then on the arms, the wrists, you have rotation, and I think he has, let me see. Okay, so yeah, so he has one of those rocking pin things, but they're kind of hard, so you got to get them loose. So that will give you a hinging that goes forward, like so, and a hinging that goes backwards. The joints are very stiff and new, so you got to kind of break them in carefully. Obviously, we'll break them in nonetheless. Then we go down to the crotch area, as you see here, his pants, and he has a nice range of a split. That's for stretching purposes. And then he has the swivel here on the top, which is very tight. It's on both. The friction in the joints, the tightness on Storm Collectible is always really, really good. Then on the knee, you see there, I hope you guys can see it there. On the knee, he has a double hinge kneecap, which tries to hide it with the pattern and design of the pants on the inside as well. And then on the foot, he goes left. Oh, and he has a boot cut here as well. Then the foot itself, I think, doesn't go, but it does rock. It rocks that way. It rocks that way. That's for positioning. And then it goes forward that way, that much. Up, forward, up that way, and back that way. Then the toe hinge, obviously, on the toe, which is actually, let's see, it's actually pretty tight. So, as far as the articulation, it's everything you expect it, want, and will need for posability. And all the joints, like I said, the resistance and the frictions of all the joints feel very, very tight. Very tight. They don't feel loose. Doesn't feel like it's going to break. Figure feels quality, like I said. Now we'll pop off his head just to show you what he looks like. Oh, and it is a double peg, ball peg, as you can see there. Came out. I'm trying to get this side. The larger side goes on the inside, but it's rubbery, so I guess that's okay. Okay, let me see. Hold on 1 second. So I was trying to change the head, and the whole piece mechanism from the inside here came apart. I think it's because it was on backwards, so I put it back on to put it back together. I believe I put it back the appropriate way. I mean, can you consider that quality control issues? Maybe, but not really, because it's not broken. Everything pops in and out pretty fairly well. But when I popped the head for this one, it popped out the whole piece, the double peg ball joint, and I couldn't put this one on because this one's new and it's kind of hard. As you can see, you can still tilt it, and it's working fine. It's still forward and then back very well. So you know, for the most part, I think it should be okay. It's got the waist working fine. I'm just trying to align it correctly because it has a lot of soft parts that are loose and separate, like these. So yeah, so this is what he looks like with the other head, and this is the head I like besides the one that it came with already on. I don't know if I'm going to display them with the younger head because it's called vintage for a reason, but real quick I'll let you guys see. This is the Marcus head from when he's younger. Which also looks dynamite. Blue eyes, look at that. Really nice. 5 o'clock shadow. Scarring. The little teepees there. Bandana. Some nice little white washes. The hair sculpt. Ears. Really, really well done. Really well done. So then, you know, all we'll do is we'll continue on, show you the rest of his accessories. We'll start off with his hands. He comes with 3 pairs of hands, 6 altogether, and then the ones he has on him, so 8 hands altogether. They all do different things, obviously. This is a more opened hand, like to go underneath to hold the nasher when he's holding it this way. This is to hold either the nasher as well with the pistol or the pistol. And he has these two, which I think are for the lancers when you hold them. They look like 2 pointing fingers that match with the plates as well, the plates on the gloves. And then he has these two. One's a trigger, which is probably for the pistol, more than likely. More than likely the trigger, and then he has a holding hand, which looks like it could be for the grenade. Plus the 2 closed fists that he comes with as well. Then we're moving right along. He also brings this Dominic knife. Really nice. Really nicely painted. And detailed, as you can see, with the silver black holster. Wow. And the black holster. Bottom. Black hilt. Has even a Gears of War cock symbol right on it. That just shows you the level of attention to detail that Storm Collectible likes to bring to their pieces. Then he has this regular Lancer. As you can see, it's greenish. It looks like moss. It's rusty looking, like almost copperish. And this is the classic Lancer. And you see it has doesn't have the piece here in the back, which is the oh man, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Here, really nicely detailed. The end of it, chainsaw, the scope, which has a hole in it, the handles to hold out, which I don't know if these open, but these usually is the one the way they hold it out with the chainsaw. They go out, zzz, and how they hold it out. Really fine details, really nicely painted. Then you have the custom Lancer, looking very, very similar with the same color scheme. Looks like moss and rusted copper. Really nice speckles of gray to indicate they were gray before, like a gunmetal gray, with the black leather holder. And difference is this one has the gun stock at the end of it, and that's what makes it custom. Really nicely done too. All the nice details: the chainsaw, the scope, wheel, the barrel at the end, where the clips of the bullets are. Really nice. Then we have the Shoddy, aka Nasher. Really nicely done. Same paint deco, same paint application. Looks like it's moss with copper bronze. Has the hilt there of shotgun shells on the side, the gold and blue tips. Really nicely done, really nicely detailed. Powerful weapon. A very powerful weapon in the game, multiplayer especially. The barrels. Really nice, really nice. Then we move on, and we have one of the grenades with the chainmail there. End tip painted with the nice gunmetal, with the red, flexible, bendy material, painted in black with the silver, looking very nice and neat and classic. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. And then last but certainly not least, he comes with the pistol. The sculpting is magnificent. Almost has like an orangey look with the bronze and the moss that's supposed to accumulate with time and aging. To give it that extra level of realism, I guess. Really nice. Has some highlights of gold too. A lot of different colors going on to give you and create the illusion of aging on the gun. Or guns, plural. So yeah, guys, here we have it. None other than the brand new Gamestop Exclusive Gears of War 5 of Marcus Phoenix with the vintage costume or armor from Storm Collectibles. And this is a 1/8 scale. I think it's 8 inches almost, the figure. What I'll do is I'm going to take a quick pause and I'm going to put some of the accessories on him so you guys can see what he looks like holding the guns. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back, and real quick, so I put him in here with some stuff on. As you can see, he's got the Lancer in the hand. Bam! Put him in a little dynamic pose holding the frag grenade, and then I put the Dominic's knife, or knife or blade, and the piece here, which you can slide it right in. Really cool. I wish he had more spots where you could actually put the pistol in, like to house the pistol, and maybe put another Nasher or Lancer in his back. But it doesn't have it, so I don't know if it's this version, because they are making the regular black and gray traditional colors. I have Coltrane and Marcus already pre-ordered too. And they're also going to have Kate with the Ice Arctic, uniform, which I think is going to be fantastic. I can't wait. It's going to be phenomenal. So, guys, there you have it. And to compare, bring in real quick for comparison, this is the one made by McFarlane Toys. This was the JD Phoenix. Oh, here we go. He fell down. JD Phoenix, and these figures look incredible too. The biggest difference is they're more like statues. You can pose them a little bit, but not too much, because they're very limited, and that's where the difference comes in. These feel more like statues, as opposed to the one from Storm, as you guys see, and I showed you, are highly articulated and come with a lot of soft goods. The paint applications are really well done and high quality as well. And these here, well, they're limited. They're limited. There you go. They're limited due to, like, even though it came with a stand, which is a nice touch with Gears of War 4, as you see. They have some type of articulation, but they're limited in their range, and they feel stiff. The material is really hard, and you see how the detail of the face is good, but it's not on the level of, of, let's say, something like the Storm Collectible, as you will see here. It's not even, it's not even close. It's night and day, basically. It says night and day. Night and day. There you go. You see? Night and day. Very different. But still nice figures. These are $22 figures. The Storm Collector, like I said, is a lot higher end. And shout out to my boy New Legal. He's a big Gears fan, and Sega Man, he's a big Gears fan, and the Coalition. Good luck with the release of Gears 5. I am going to try to be there day one. I'm trying to pick up that custom console that looks incredible. And there you have it, guys. Storm Collectibles, Gamestop Exclusive, Gears 5, Marcus Phoenix, Vintage Custom from Storm Collectibles. And like I said, it's $74.99. If you guys are interested, check your local GameStops, because it's exclusive to the store. And you should have no problems finding them. They're pretty good usually with their store exclusive. I hope you like it. Leave a like, leave a comment. I'll leave a dislike if you didn't like. Share it with somebody you think might like it and appreciate it. And like always, like I told you guys, thank you for stopping by, because I know you don't have to if you're new to my channel and you subscribe for the very first time. God bless. Thank you very much, because since I know you didn't have to, now I consider you part of my family. So Xbox for life, like sickness that can't be cured. That's my saying. That's my slogan. Don't get triggered, people. It's just gaming. It's all in good fun. And once again, if you guys want to further help me with my channel, you know what you can do, and you know how you can reach out to me if you want to, from the kindness of your heart. It really means the world to me. Any little bit of help goes a long way, like I say. So Gears of War, really hype. Hope you guys like it. I will review the next two figures when I get my hands on them. So peace out, guys, and have a good time. See you on the next one.